for the union.
First up, Wes Coasin, he the coach of the team. He the one cook up a scheme to lead the team to a ring. Next up, Black Seas, he the captain of the ship. Well-known patriot, boss didn't talk shit. Can't do the work alone, need a queen on the throne. Wes gotta have the best, so intern Gabby impress. The show's mad casual, the AP's natural. The monster making big predictions that's factual. The show flow better with Mo better at it. And G to the Izzle put the work in like a veteran. We up on sports, so stay tuned and settle in. Cause when we take the crown, we never stop defending it. C's.
Welcome to Up on Sports. I'm your host, Wes Coasin. State of emergency, people. I'm gonna get right to it today. Everybody's dropping their top five. And it's a lot of G.O.A.T in the game. A lot of cooning and buffooning. Man, I just gotta set the record straight because we love this game, and ball don't lie. You gotta let things. We love the players of the moment, and I get it. I love KD, I love Steph Curry, those, some of my favorite players. And my boy Julius Randle. Lakers messed up on that one. That's another segment. But anyway, these top five lists, man, you can't be just putting this stuff out there like that, man. I get it, you like your player, but to put them, you gotta keep it real. For AI, if you want to say you like these players, I get it. Okay, so AI's top five list, right? What do you put out there? This is serious. State of emergency, people. He put Steph Curry. He put MJ, the greatest role player of all time. He put my man Jelly Bean on the list. LeBron and Shaq. Solid top five, no doubt. But we talking about GOATs now, man. We splitting hairs. We got to split hairs, man. That prompted Stephen A. and Max to do a top five. Now Stephen A. out here, G.O.A.T in the game, out here cooning and buffooning. He went with all the young stunners. I get it. He trying to what? You trying to stay relevant with all the young kids or something? But if you're gonna be the NBA, you're supposed to be the NBA guy. Like, the historian of the game, man. You got to keep it real to these kids, man. Top five was Steph Curry, MJ. He didn't go with my man Jelly Bean. He went with KD, LeBron, and I think Shaq. And then Max came back with, he said, I'm going to take Magic and Bird over Steph and KD all day, every day. Now, that's a little more respectable. Now, I still didn't agree with Max's top five. I'm going to give you a top five. But the NBA, you got to break down the game. You got to understand the game, right? I always tell dudes, man, when you talk about winning the championship, it's 60-40 coach. This is my opinion. 60-40, I give it to the coach versus the player. Every now and then you see a player that supersedes the coach, and that player is the bigger reason why that team won. But for the most part, you take the greatest player, he's going to need the coach to lead him there. Look at the history of the game of basketball, right? You had the Celtics, right? We don't ever call Bill Russell the GOAT because, he played in the 50s, 60s, before the shot clock, a little bit of shot clock, whatever. They won 8 in a row, 11 out of 13. Now, that resume, he should be the GOAT, no doubt. But we don't give him the GOAT status because he didn't put up the numbers, even though he got the rings. Right? Will Chamberlain got the numbers, but Will Chamberlain wasn't winning. Right? So you had the Celtics win 8 in a row. Who was their coach? Red Auerbach. Then Red Auerbach gave them the system. And then some of the players, after Red Auerbach left, some of the players got to coach the team and still win championships. Bill Russell was a coach player. I think Casey Jones coached the Celtics. So you got the Celtics, they won 50s, 60s, 70s. Never seen a back-to-back. Almost the 80s went without seeing a back-to-back, right? Because it's hard to win 2 titles 2 years in a row. Even to win 2 titles, right? So what happened? You got guys, teams fighting for supremacy. Every year you got to come back and scrap for it, right? Then Magic and Bird hit the scene, right? Now Magic, you know, keep it real, that's my favorite player, and I do call that the GOAT. But when you look at the history of the game, throughout the 70s, nobody could win a back-to-back. The 80s, nobody could win a back-to-back until the Lakers won, right? They got 2 in a row. I call Magic the GOAT, right? But at the time, people might say that Bird was better than him, right? Because Bird was that good dude. He could shoot better than anything we've seen. You know, now you want to talk about Steph Curry, but the NBA, right? These guys, they want to try to say the difference between, okay, if we play with these rules versus these rules. Are you trying to tell me a great player from the 80s wouldn't be better right now? You know Steph Curry would not survive in the 80s. Stephen A's on the record as saying LeBron would not survive playing against Jordan. Right? So how are these great players from the 80s not going to be even better right now? You guys disrespect Magic all the time, right? And here's why, man. You got Magic and Bird. These guys played the game flawlessly. These are the ultimate Jedis of the game. Not because they felt the need to score all the time, because they could do whatever their team needed to be done at any time. Bird could score and shoot. We know Bird is a killer scorer, could shoot, win the game from anywhere on the floor. But don't think he won't make that pass. Right? See, people talk about MJ, right? Jordan didn't have nobody when he first came in the game, right? I seen games that he lost. It wasn't because he didn't have nobody, it's because Bird outplayed him. If the Bulls are beating the Celtics and the game's about to be over and you see MJ standing at half court celebrating, and then with about 5 seconds left, 2 seconds left, right? Bird inbounds the ball, whips a pass to a cutting McHale, layup, game over. It ain't because, it's because Jordan wasn't as savvy as this man. Give this man his credit. Give these OGs their credit. Stop making excuses. The game of basketball, could nobody win a back-to-back? Nobody. You talking about Dr. J's in the game, who at the time is going down as maybe he's the GOAT, right? So now we get the best competition out. Now we can officially say we got the best competition in the late 70s, 80s. You could say Dr. J was past his prime when Magic beat him in the finals, but he still won a finals. He still won an MVP after Magic beat him. So he was still playing at high levels, only point I'm trying to say. Then you got Magic won the first back-to-back in almost 20 years in NBA history. But now, right after Magic wins, you know, because the NBA, I got to say, we got spoiled, right? After 20 years and I seen a team win a back-to-back, we went to seeing 4 teams, about 4 teams at least back-to-back, right? After that, you had Isaiah Thomas, a great, who we don't talk about enough, get a back-to-back. Because what did he have to do throughout the whole 80s? Watch everybody talk about Magic and Bird. And he's sitting there like, I beat these guys more than they beat me. But he ain't win a title, right? So he finally cracks through. He beats Magic, he gets a back-to-back. So now you can't take away what Isaiah Thomas has done, because he did something that nobody's been able to do for almost 20 years. That's why Isaiah Thomas feel like he's solidified, right? Not even Larry Bird, who for me, that's the #2 greatest player of all time. Behind Magic is Bird. And then if y'all want to put Jordan out there, I'll let you get it. You know, I'm probably like Kareem and Matt and Jordan. They like right there. Because for me, those are like the greatest role players of all time. Role players. They didn't supersede the coach. You know what I'm saying? Kareem was great. But how many finals did he get to when he didn't play with Magic Johnson? He played for over a decade. He had 1 finals with Oscar Robertson. The only other triple-double machine before Magic, the triple-double machine was the Big O. So Kareem got to play with that, and he got a ring. For about another decade, he didn't even sniff the finals. And Kareem is my guy. He's my guy. Like, that's my team. So for me, the 3 greatest players of all time, you give me Magic, Kareem, and James Worthy, it's over. It's over. You feel me? Like, I'll take them 3 dudes. And nobody, any era, any team can get it. But now, Isaiah Thomas solidifies his place. He did something that not even the great Larry Bird could do, back to back. But then what happened? Jordan came. Not 1, not 2, but 3. 3 in a row. But who did Jordan have as his coach? Right? When I talk about that 60-40 split, Phil Jackson. Right? After Jordan retired, and you know, we can get into it, but one thing I could say, right? Isaiah Thomas said it, is that after those 3, you go to the finals 3 years in a row, which the Pistons did. They lost the first year to the Lakers, then they came back and won the next 2. You're exhausted. You're exhausted, right? So it's easy to say that Jordan would have won all those years, but maybe he just didn't want to lose because he knew he was exhausted. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there like just a different narrative. You feel me? Because y'all too easy just to give Jordan the GOAT title. You know, if he's the GOAT, I'm only saying it's more of a debate. You feel me? Because when you talk about Magic Johnson, you talk about a man who came in, won as a rookie. Finals MVP as a rookie. 9 finals in 12 years. LeBron been in the league 15 years. 8 finals in a row. And he just now caught how many finals Magic been to in only 12 years. And Magic got 5 rings. Kareem was old. Like, Kareem was old when we got those rings. He wasn't in his prime. He wanted to retire. Kareem's, and like, I'm not trying to talk against Kareem. He's a great player. He's top 5. He's top 5 for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like it was young Pete Kareem. You know, we knew he was going to do, you know, we knew that skyhook was money. And Magic got every last skyhook out that man. LeBron been to 8 finals in a row. Y'all talking like whoa, whoa, whoa. And he still ain't been to 9 finals like Magic. It take him 15 years. He ain't had the teams, right? Cool, but let me keep going. Let me keep going. Because we're going to get to present time. Because the game is getting good right now. The game is getting good right now. This year is a little wild. I don't think we were expecting this year. But anyway, after Jordan's 3, then Hakeem came with a back-to-back, right? But let's put this, but like, you know, we got to put it in context. Hakeem come with the back-to-back, then Jordan come with another 3-peat. So after not seeing any back-to-backs for almost 20 years, we done seen 1, 2, 3, 4 teams do 4 back-to-backs, 2 3-peats. Okay. But let's put it all in context, right? Because we talking GOATs, man. We talking GOATs, G. You talking about when the game was the toughest, when the game was the toughest. Like we can't act like Jordan didn't play against Magic and Bird in their prime. He played against them. We talking like they didn't play at the same time. Who won these rings? Red Auerbach won all them rings, right? He gets them rings. And then even he drafted Larry Bird. Pulled out the okie doke. Pulled some ill move. I don't even know. You got to go back and check the tape on that. So the way he drafted Bird is crazy. You drafted him a year early, and he still played. I don't even know. Craziness. But that's why the coach, Red Auerbach, was the genius that did that. Larry Bird came in, and when you seen Bird and Magic, that's the first time you seen a young dude tell the OGs to sit down, shut up, back up, I got this. This is mine. Do something about it. And that's why I catapult Magic and Bird to the top of the list, because you haven't seen, even LeBron, when he came in, his presence was known, but he didn't win the ring. Magic came in, won as a rookie, Finals MVP as a rookie. Bird comes in, wins. Magic and Bird won before Dr. J won. Magic might have had 2 rings before Dr. J got 1 ring. This is Dr. J, all-time great. Told to step aside. You've seen the tape. Dr. J had to punch Bird in the face. Dr. J is a classy man, a great basketball player, all-time great. Maybe should be considered when we talk about Mount Rushmore players. Had to punch Bird in the face because the game was too cold, the trash talk was too deep. Couldn't do nothing about it. Getting schooled. I mean, I'm not saying this because I like these guys. I really didn't like Bird at the time. Over time, you got to appreciate what he did. But, I mean, I'm not a Bird fan. I'm definitely not a Celtics fan. Coming from New York, being a Lakers fan, nah. There's nothing about Boston that jives with me. But these guys dominated the game. The Lakers, Celtics, taking it back and forth. And then eventually Magic broke through, got the back-to-back to kind of separate himself from all the other great players from the 70s, 60s, right? Trying to separate yourself. But here's the thing, right? When we talk about the greatness, when I call Magic the GOAT, right? Why do I call him the GOAT? Because if it's 60-40 coach, Magic been to the finals under 3 different coaches. Before Pat Riley, after Pat Riley, with Pat Riley. With Kareem. Kareem retired. Pat Riley retired. Magic back in the finals, so y'all say that he never would have won without Kareem. But he got to the finals without Kareem. Okay? You guys want to give credit for LeBron, right? Oh man, if Kyrie and Kevin Love didn't get hurt, they would have won that finals against Golden State. But how come you don't say nothing when Magic get back to the finals against the Bulls, lose 2 starters in the finals, right? Because when the series started, the Bulls were the favorite, even though they never won. But Magic is back in the finals again, right? The OG veteran is back. Back at the shootout, OK Corral, right? And what's he doing? He got a new coach. He got Vlade Divac, 2nd-year player, right? And see, that's the thing. There's no excuses for Magic. Y'all always make excuses for why somebody didn't get there. Why LeBron didn't get there. Why Jordan didn't get there. Oh, no Kareem. Magic back in the finals. Back in the finals. Beat Clyde Drexler and them, right? The team that Jordan beat for that ring. Right? Jordan he couldn't beat the greats when they was all rolling. He did all of that when they was done. Then he got his shine, right? Magic back, no Pat Riley, no Kareem. James Worthy when it was full on full, the Lakers stole home court advantage, right? Down by 2, 30 seconds left to go in the game. right? Bulls got the ball, two possessions to one, right? You know Jordan gonna shoot. That's why Jordan didn't win back then, right? It's because teams knew his flaw. He didn't win because teams knew his flaw. He wasn't gonna pass, right? Bulls up 2, Lakers. Bulls got the ball. Jordan gets the ball, break. Somebody at their rebounds gets the ball to Magic. Magic, I believe, shoots the ball to Perk. Big Perk dog. Boom, bust the 3. Lakers up 1. Bulls get the ball. Back up court. Jordan gets it, break. Right? That's the game. That's the game that Jordan was guarding Magic. Right? Because Jordan, that's another thing. Y'all act like Jordan is locked down deep. Right? See, because y'all believe that numbers don't lie. I don't know who told y'all that. But numbers can use to skew whatever you want, right? I talk to my guys, right? Like, who don't love AI? AI, you know, AI was respected in this top 5, right? He didn't put himself in it. Which, if he did, you know, I wouldn't be mad because he is dope. But, give you the point. I argue with my man. Y'all see my man on the show. J to the Izzo. We used to get into it. He be like, AI is nice on D. I'm like, AI couldn't play D. He like, oh, he averaged 3 steals, right? So that means because AI averaged 3 steals that he's playing defense. Meanwhile, I'm like, look, dude, AI will tell you he don't play D, right? So you guys think that because Magic doesn't shoot, right? He isn't known for a shooter, that he can't score because you know him as a passer, right? Magic and Bird, these are the ultimate Jedis of the game. They play the game perfectly from opposite ends of the spectrum. But they just play it so right. You think Magic won't hit a buzzer beater? That's why I respected what Kellerman said. He said, with the fate of the world, with the money on the line, I'm taking Magic over Steph Curry. Even though you guys think that Steph Curry, because he hit the most threes ever in a season, but that don't mean that Magic, who's a career 50-something% shooter, multiple buzzer beaters go through the highlight where you're gonna see the buzzer beaters from half court, 3-point, whatever game on the line, in the finals, not in the finals, any particular situation, right? It's not that he never lost, but that he always came back, right? So if somebody want to say, oh, you act like he didn't choke in the finals, but oh, did he come back and beat the same team that beat him, right? If they were able to come back to the finals, he was always there to show up for a decade straight, 9 finals, 12 years. You had to check that man. You had to knock on his door, get his permission to wear the strap. Whether without the coach, with the coach, and that's why I put him on another level. I separate him because I see him a little bit above the coach. Whereas Jordan, I don't see him above Phil Jackson because Jordan did a 3-peat, something that we haven't seen for over 20 years. Until, and you guys have said that Phil never do it again. What happened? Phil did it again with Jelly Bean, the Mamba, Shaq, right? Here's what Phil did. Phil made guys who were not champions, champions. Guys who never won, they won after being with Phil. You know, that's why I put these guys, I put Magic Bird, I just see them a little bit above the competition. LeBron, I do see above the coach a little bit too, though. I do see him there in that category, but he doesn't quite come through. Like, if you're going to be that guy, because at the end of the day, right, why did KD have to leave OKC? It's because of this false narrative y'all put out there, man. Y'all think that Jordan won without a coach. He just did it. Give the ball to Jordan. Now, keep in mind, I got to tread lightly right now because that man, he did do it. He did hit those shots. And once he was able to make the pass once in a while, you got to be able to, you know, throw a team off balance enough. Just enough. And once he was able to do that enough, then he became unstoppable. It just would have been great to see him do it against Magic and Bird when they was all there. At that time, he didn't have that capability. But when he did have it, He was just playing against second rate. You know, the 90s were tough. The 90s were tough, but those guys were not Magic and Bird. LeBron, if he wants to be that guy, whatever coach, because LeBron has been there to the finals, I think, maybe 3 different coaches, has a chance maybe to do it with 3 different franchises, something nobody's done, right? But see, LeBron wants somebody to bring it on home, right? The difference is ball don't lie, right? He played beast mode for 3 quarters, right? We ain't gonna do the 4-quarter jokes, we know it. You know, 3.5 quarters now, right? He's almost 4 quarters in endurance, I guess, right? And LeBron is actually really beast now. His game is even better, so that's even scarier. But see, the difference between Magic and Bird is that the right play is the right play. That's what they do, game in and game out. They make the right play. Now, for the Celtics, a lot of times they'll be in a situation where the right play is just give the ball to Bird. Just give the ball to Bird. Whereas Magic, the right play might be for him to shoot or it might be for him to pass. And with LeBron, if the right play is for him to shoot, he won't shoot. And that's the problem. If the right play is for you to shoot, you know, you got Draymond Green at the top of the key, one-on-one. Draymond got 5 fouls. You dribble in to the right side, then you stop. You get to the rack and you stop. Draymond's probably about to foul you, but instead then you take it back to the top of the key, then you dribble to the left side, into the teeth of the defense. Now you dribble to the triple team. Kyle Korver's open. Shoot it over to Kyle Korver, and now Kyle Korver misses the shot. Because the right play was for you to take Draymond. You already had Draymond. The game's moving fast, bro. Like, the right play was the right play. Now you kick it over Korver. You can easily say I gave it to one of the greatest shooters in the league, but he ain't in rhythm now. Because the rhythm was for you to shoot it. And that's why. It's just those split seconds. If you're not ready to pull the trigger, you're not ready to pull the trigger. When Cleveland was winning, they get the ball to Kyrie. LeBron don't even touch the ball for 1 second in that final possession. Even if you're going to get the ball to Kyrie, like, you're not even going to touch the ball? Magic's going to touch the ball. Even whether he's going to shoot it or pass it, he's going to touch the ball. That's why I put him at the GOAT. Because he played whatever position. Played all 5 positions. Like, come on. You want to be the greatest of all time? Play all 5 positions. Win as a rookie. Go to 9 finals in 12 years. Win 5 of those. Play the toughest competition when the game is the toughest. Don't tell me that today's players can beat yesteryear's players because the game is easier right now. Like, imagine what Bird could do today. We know this. You know that these guys wouldn't win back then. The only thing you can say is that back then players would even be better if they wasn't getting hand checked and they was getting all the calls. So, boom, Kareem, Hakeem the Dream got the back-to-back, Jordan got the back-to-back, Tim Duncan came and got one, Pop got one, right? Pop, one of the greatest coaches of all time, never won a back-to-back. Then Phil got smart. He was like, you know what? I'm going to take Jordan off Magic. Maybe that ain't the greatest idea. Yo, Scotty, go get him. You know. And then, you know, Scotty did a good job. Once again, 2 Lakers starters got hurt. So, you know, let's take that into consideration when we're talking about the GOAT. So if I had to talk about my top, you know, my starting top 5, I got to go Magic, point guard. 2 guard, right? See, my guy, when we talk about Coonan and Buffon, right? How you gonna put Jelly Bean? Man, I love me some Jelly Bean, man. But we talk the greatest players of all time, man. We know that this guy, without Phil Jackson, cannot make the playoffs in the prime of his career. Come on, let's keep it real, and that's why. You got to keep it real. If you want to be the NBA guy, you got to keep it real, man. Like, man, Jelly Bean made it tough. Divided the Lakers. I'm gonna go with MJ at the 2. I'm gonna go Bird at the 3. right? At the 5, because the power forward, it gets a little dicey. I'm gonna leave that one for last. Keep it real. Because at the 5, I'm gonna go with Kareem, bro. Like, stop. Come on, the Diesel's my guy too. Like, you know, like, don't make me root against my guys. We splitting the hairs. We talking about. Come on, man. We talking about Kareem. Cap. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Look at how durable Kareem was. Look at, like, he might have played 82 games his last year. 50 years old. Champion, probably. Come on, man. Kareem was still winning MVPs. But, you know, we talking about, all right. Now, power forward, right? Because now you can kind of cheat right here. Because some of these spots are pretty much locked. Like, Magic spot is locked. Sorry, Steph. Like, Steph, because here's the thing, right? I got to create the contrast. It's like, you talking about Steph Curry, my G. We know he's not that durable right now. Like, yes, he's still got a lot to prove. You know, like, yes, maybe when it's all said and done, you know, he can run off, have some Tom Brady type looking career, all these extra rings and stuff that'll make it really. But right now, that's why I'm like, man, you G.O.A.T. you G.O.A.T. these dudes, man. You making them feel, you gassing them up. So power forward, we already know right now the greatest power forward of all time is Tim Duncan. He got that title. So unless you want to say you're going to take KD, LeBron, or, I mean, who else is going to be in that last spot? You got to go KD, LeBron, or Tim Duncan, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's up, man? Anybody got something to say?